everybody keeps saying Damian Lillard is going to be traded to the Knicks. Damian Lillard's going to be traded to the Heat. Damian Lillard should be traded to the Celtics. Damian Lillard's going to be traded to the Nets. If one of those trades went through out of those teams, which one would you be like, that's not too bad?
Miami, obviously. Miami is the obvious one. And Bam is my dog. Bam is my dog, for real. But I mean, I think Miami the obvious one. Brooklyn is obvious one. Is another obvious one because Mikal Bridges is my dog too. So I mean, and both are capable.
Everybody.
All right, so that was Dame Dallas. Miami, obviously, he says, and Brooklyn. Now, Brooklyn has been the team that's been rumored to be interested. If Miami gets him, it would just be Riley being Riley. Although I do wonder if they do win the chip, or even based off of their run now, how do they reconsider those things? Because remember with the CBA, second apron, can they afford? Can they? I mean, Dame at $50 million plus Bam plus Jimmy. I mean, who else are they going to have on their team? They're going to have to find some more Duncan Robinsons.
If you want to keep Caleb Martin,
yeah, they're out of there.
Vincent. I'm just saying you need bench players, man.
Yeah,
bench players.
Maybe they feel like they can find some more. They did such a good job. 7 undrafted players. Maybe they say, hey, look, we'll reset the contracts, go to the G League, go find somebody else.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised,
Yeah.
Pat Riley found Anthony Mason and John Starks. So.
True indeed. Found John Starks at the grocery store. playing in the CBA.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that would just be such a Riley thing. But look, I mean, the Heat have always been linked to the big names in trades every offseason, whether it's KD, Donovan Mitchell, James Harden. They've always been trying to get that guy. And even when they can't, they find themselves in the NBA Finals. How do you feel about that? If only the Knicks could be that good, right?
Oh, man.
You're flirting with players in the offseason to make your team better. We don't need them. We're in the finals anyway. No problem.
Ugh.
With Brooklyn, obviously with Mikal Bridges being there, they've got a plenty of wings. Cam Johnson, Dorian Finney-Smith. I think Brooklyn would probably make the most sense. I mean, they're just in a position where they've got to look to compete because they got the Rockets owning most of those picks. Even though they got some picks back in the KD trade, I still think Brooklyn will try to compete themselves. When you see what Miami's doing right now, you put the right team together, you just never know what type of run you can go on, especially with Mikal Bridges looking to take another leap. What do you think about that, man?
I think the best team to trade for Dame would probably be Miami, just because I think Tyler Hero, and if you got to move somebody else, I think they have the stuff. I think that's more intriguing than just saying, who are you going to get from Brooklyn? Dinwiddie? Watanabe? Like, who else? Like, are you going to ask for Claxton? Like, if the Nets had to go through it, I feel like they're gunning their team even more to get Dame over there. And you still got to figure out how to build around him. But the only thing I look at is the Nets did get the draft capital in the Kevin Durant trade. So if you're looking for Portland to continue this whole thing, like they did hire Schmitz, right? You don't just go out there, hire ESPN's best talent evaluator when it comes to draft and not utilize your draft picks. So maybe Brooklyn would probably be the more likely option because they can get the draft picks that Brooklyn got in the Kevin Durant deal. And yeah, that's probably the direction that they should go. But I don't know, man. Like, if you're Dame and you've also done so well with Portland, you'd think that he also has say where he wants to go and what's his preferred destination. And would you rather try to compete with Mikal Bridges as much as it's impressive what Bridges has done with the Nets, or would you rather go compete with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo and then go figure it out later?
Yeah, it's true, man. And as you said, Dame being a model citizen so far, 10 years in the game, 10 years with this team, loyal. Maybe they throw him a bone and send him where he needs to go. But it's time, bro. It's time. You can only play the whole I'm staying down, I'm staying loyal, but for so long. They all change teams, man. they all change. I mean, if you look at it, I looked at the list of the top 25 players, top 10, top 15. Outside of Steph and Jokic, I mean, everybody's going. Is Embiid and Giannis going to stay with the Sixers and Bucks respectively for most of their career, rest of the career?
Mm-hmm.
I can't see it. Steph will be a Warrior for life. Jokic will be a Nugget for life. I'm not sure. Giannis, we'll see. I think he'll give Adrian Griffin a chance. I think the Bucks will give him a chance. We'll see what happens there. But for Dame, it's like, look, I respected him a lot. He's number one, he's a great player, absolute bucket. I respected him a lot for taking that stance and wanting to stay and build. But each and every interview that he's doing now, it's making it more and more clear. He's leaving that window wide open to get up out of there. They don't have a chance, man. They need so much over there in Portland. They need defense. They were supposed to upgrade their defense. They finished 26 in defense last year. They need offense. They need shooting. Simons is a good player. I like Watford. He's a utility guy. I like some of their guys. But, I mean, let's be real. They're a long way. You don't just go from 13th in the West to being an immediate contender within the small window that Dame has left and his prime to truly compete for a championship. He's got to let go of the rope, man. Let go of the rope, go somewhere, and finish out your career where you're actually competing for something. I think that's the most likely thing for Dame, man. I see Brooklyn as a favorite. Well, you can never count out Miami. I'm glad he crossed the Knicks off the list. I don't want him on the Knicks. I love Dame. Doesn't make sense on the Knicks. You can't have Brunson and Dame in the backcourt. You're getting cooked defensively.
Well, it doesn't make sense for him to be on the Knicks, but Josh Hart did have to chime in and say, "Dame, I thought I was your boy too." So,
shout out to our guy Josh Hart, man. Always recruiting. Obviously, having come from Portland, always recruiting, man. He's in the Twitter spaces heavy. And Josh Hart says, "Damn, Dame, I thought I was your dog too, man." Yeah, so much for that. But, yeah, it just wouldn't make sense here in New York, man.